special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. From the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered.
That's what I'm talking about. Jackson on the keeper.
Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Russell Wilson.
Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
To try again after the sack. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's caught by Penning. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 9-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Jackson sacked.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes. But that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson from the shotgun. Quick slant to Brown. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. From midfield now, here's Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Malik Harrison. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot and say, hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
On the stop.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
Rolling to his left. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
With the score. Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson dancing to his left. And he's got Snead. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Jackson to Snead that time. First down, Baltimore. Jackson now. Man open left side is Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
And he'll bang that one through. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is DJ Reed returning. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 72 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. 28-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. 30. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 66 yards. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
Justin Tucker lining up for the...
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the... Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
One play at a time.
Oh,
Here we go.
The ball's out.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This is Carson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
It's good, and it's 21-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Brings up 2nd and
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. His throw incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get from this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again. Jackson looking middle, and it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Third and long, it's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, That's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Third down.
From the gun on third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
A fumble on the play. Out of bounds. The offense retains possession.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take it. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete.
Thrown away.
Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, alert 48. Hey, you don't like the
To throw is Wilson. To throw on third down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
For the Seahawks.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. To throw again. Jackson. Back to Brown, this time complete. Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Jackson's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. An extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie us at 24.
Jason Myers to kick off.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. From the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as a...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's good.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Flush to his right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now Wilson on 1st down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th.
For the extra point.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Brought in left side by Snead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
Go time, baby!
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vincent Mayowa able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. After the sack on first down, Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Eluding the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Recovered by the...
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense.